what's coming up next?
That's what I'm wondering.
We're just gonna roll the dice. It'll be you. I'm messing with my headphones too much. I feel very fancy. That song and then like this. Just saying. Feeling very wealthy.
It's the remix.
This is our remix.
It's not easy to, it's really not easy to do any of Bob Marley's tracks with the Wailers because, you know, I mean, that harmony, so girl, you all the way up. It's beautiful though.
Thank you so much.
What inspired that you guys to take that song and make it your own?
Right?
There could be a few different things. I'm gonna let him talk
we
about
made
the
that
first
track
one.
in like literally that was 2 days.
Oh, for real?
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, you were rolling.
And I've spent months on some of these tracks.
Yeah.
But that thing right there, I mean,
Our mentors.
it was so funny. Yeah. A good friend of ours was, he was like, you guys need to do Bob Marley track. And
Really?
Please.
I was like,
Just
really?
like that, right?
And he's Jamaican.
Mm-hmm.
He grew up with
And
him.
you know, we were like, all right, let's check it out. Let's see what we can find.
Mm.
And I listened to that track, and I literally heard that groove.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, cool. I think we could do that.
Right.
And then literally I just like made the drums.
In the
then-
car, mind you.
Yeah, in the
Beating
car.
on the steering wheel. Hammering down some ideas.
Getting
I
inspired.
literally like made the, you know, that
Yeah.
that little turnaround. It's like in the car drumming and
know.
stuff, and like, and then just hopped over to the computer.
Yep.
Flew
When we
it
got
in there,
back.
and then turned it into MIDI, and then you know, put it to the tempo that I wanted, and then found my sounds, and then I mean the chords and everything.
Oh,
It
it
was
was
like
beautiful.
the song's already great. The arrangement.
on.
So I just kind of took the best little pieces from the arrangement that Bob had, and then kind of made them fit into the groove that I had,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and then re-recorded it. You know, all my own stuff. And then I was like, I got to get an organ because.
Oh yeah, we did.
So we like
Facebook
we're hitting up people
post.
through the grapevine.
Real.
Does
Yeah.
anybody have an old organ? What was it? What kind was it specifically?
It was a B3, yeah.
B3.
Yeah, we found a B3.
We found
I
somebody.
knew it. I knew what I wanted, and we had to have it for
Yeah.
that record. So we went and got a B3, and then we cut the vocal.
And then we had a really cool, really good friend of ours that's like an amazing violinist at the University of Florida. He's a PhD, but he just came over and started wailing away at the violin, and it just was like,
Yeah.
we got it.
Yeah.
Wow.
We know
Yeah.
where we're
That is so
going.
cool.
So you layered all that. So everybody
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
like just started
It's-
at that inspirational point.
I think it's a really amazing too, because like he wasn't gonna like sing, and there's this one point in the song where we're harmonizing,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's just like he's in the booth. He's like, "Did you hear that?" And I think he called me Brud, BHRUD, Brud, BRUHD. It was really funny. He was like, "We just harmonized." It's really cool.
Yeah, definitely could hear you back there. I could hear that little bit.
That's how it. Yeah.
You're not kidding.
I mean, I'm a songwriter, so like I sing all these songs.
Right?
Yeah.
But I take it out.
Right.
But he did it.
You guys don't get to hear all that, you know.
Yeah.
But
sounded good.
sometimes I'm like, man. Like there's a track we didn't bring with us today, but
yeah.
you know, there's 2 tracks actually, and I sing on both of them because
I
it's
love
like I
it.
take my
Yeah.
vocal out and the song changes.
Stop.
Yeah, yeah.
So and I'm like, if I can listen to it, then it's good. If I
you get
can't
more
listen to it,
inspired to sing
it's
the
hard.
more you
It's,
do
it's
it.
difficult to listen to your own vocal, you know. But
Oh yeah, we were talking.
you know, I've just trained myself. You know, after you listen to so many times,
Yeah.
to your own voice, and you just start to see what sounds good and
Right.
what doesn't sound good,
Mm-hmm.
and you start to develop a sound. Same with her. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we work
Yeah. Oh
hours
gosh. Yeah.
developing technique,
Mm-hmm.
mic technique, and mic placement, finding just changing the mic. If you're going to record it
Yeah.
right here, in your chest, or like point it up, or go directly into the capsule, like
Right,
Yeah.
right.
you're going to get different timbres,
Sounds.
different types of
Frequencies.
responses from the mic.
Right.
And of course, you know, we invested in some really, really great equipment.
Yeah. How many mics can you rip on a daily?
Many.
Our vocal chain is like,
Insane.
yeah, it's like about
That's cool.
$26,000.
Yeah, yeah.
But we got it for half off because we bargain, you know.
We
We
gotta
bargain.
We
That's
hustle,
side hustle.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I told her, I like when we first met, I'm like, oh my God, you know, you have such a beautiful top end. We have to get a mic that accentuates,
The next day.
you know,
Yeah.
We got one.
that
Yeah.
accentuates
Yes.
the mid range.
Love
it.
You already have the sizzle on top. So we
Right.
need something to emphasize what you don't have.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, we went out and found those mics. So we use M149,
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
both Neumann and, or not both, but in a U67.
Mm-hmm.
And those 2 mics,
They're amazing.
you know,
Yeah.
one's a little darker and one's a little brighter. So we just kind of, depending on what we need, we can kind of bounce back and forth between those.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And get different kind of timbres.
Do you guys do like other vocal vocal education for yourself? Vocal training or like just kind of reaching out and learning different things about how your instrument works and things?
I came from singing like operatic, and
Interesting.
opera. So it's very different singing this kind of music.
I'm
I'll be
100%
with
very
you.
not
He's
easy.
been so patient with me.
Don't miss the snare.
He's been so patient with me, but the rhythms are so different.
They are.
You go from singing long, exaggerated
snare.
notes that go on and on and on and on
Right.
to singing.
Did you take a hiatus and completely? Because I know most opera singers who change genres.
Yeah,
they
because
have
you
to take
can't.
like a cold hiatus.
You can't sing both. Because
Yeah.
the flow is just doing musical theater and opera in general. It's a different flow. So
Yeah.
if you go back to it, you're gonna
You
get a
just
little
slide
tripped
right
up.
back in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
I
what
love
I've heard
it.
from most opera singers. I got a couple of friends who do that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you mean you just quit? They're like, can't sing that. Don't
Well,
ask.
it's
Don't
just-
ask me
I
to sing an
think-
aria. I'm like,
I know.
okay,
And it's
fine. I
like-
just wanted to hear it once.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful, but it's like for me, I kind of, I got to tour overseas when I was young and just kind of see what it's like to be in these huge cathedrals and just catch your sound as it resonates through the whole
Yes.
building.
Wow.
Yes.
And it's like standing in a place where like Maria Callas got her fix for opera or any big time, operatic singer. It was really amazing, but it's like I kind of wanted to go into something that everybody could listen to.
Right.
And it's
And have a feel for.
Yeah, and it's like not everybody wants to listen to that. So it's like something that is not only a great sound, but it has a good meaning.
Yeah.
Because opera is not always something that it's just like everybody
It's very
understands.
technical. It's
technical.
very technical.
It's
so,
dramatic.
Yeah, and then so individuality and creativity. It's hard in opera. I mean, I can hear it and her flow going straight up.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
gosh.
it's
Yeah.
the range is really.
I told
Her
him.
style
Yeah.
is
Yes.
It's very different.
Yeah, but it's your own now. It's like your
Yeah.
own. It's so distinctive.
and it's like
to
having
you
the
guys.
soft palate when you hit those high
Yeah.
notes
Oh,
is
yeah.
not easy. Like a lot of
No.
people have to
No.
either hit like a falsetto or do a really big open voice, like a full voice or head voice.
Yeah.
And hers is like none of that. It's weird. I don't know.
And you've
I
got-
don't know
and
how
you've
to-
got
I'm not
that
a-
ear.
I'm not a
He
vocal
does.
trainer.
He
I
has
just
the-
like
he has the ear
let's
for
let's try
it.
this,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
try to get it in the right space,
Right.
to where it sounds just different. you know?
Right.
That's cool, man.
And very it's very authentic.
Yeah.
But you can really hear that. That's why I asked the question about if you do a lot of vocal training, because
Yeah.
you can tell when someone can't switch.
Not enough. I'm always getting on tour.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
love
think
it. A
like
lifetime of student.
Yeah. I think for me, it's like I had such a great teacher. I was at college in Gainesville, and she was not doing well, and she was going downhill fast. She had cancer, and I kind of pulled out of college because I knew that like if I was going to go to a university and just study music, it was going to take a lot of me, and like academically, I didn't really want to. I wanted to do like a music career, not like a college career where you become a teacher.
Right.
Like I
Right.
wanted the full production. And, she got really sick and she taught me until she died.
Yeah. Yeah.
And privately, like she
Yeah.
had 70 students a week.
Yeah.
And it was just me when she died.
Yeah.
So it was like having that one-on-one of just confidence and peace, with her was just, it was enough for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
She toured with some of the biggest people
Yeah.
in
so
opera.
she had a lot of
and
devotion
she just,
to her craft.
her emotion was so real that
Mm-hmm.
it just it threw me a loop, like she's like, if you sing pop music, and she would just like talk about it like if you're gonna do it, it's just,
Right.
like keep the emotion, darling. And I'm
Right,
like,
right. Keep it authentic, like you
And
guys are
it's-
saying, the lyrics
And I
what's
think-
behind it.
Yeah, and I think it's like it's not about the candy coated stuff. It's about the reality of what you're singing
Yeah.
and people connecting to it
Yeah,
on an emotional level.
Yeah,
So
it
that's
is.
what we go for.
That's good.
absolutely. Emotion, energy, and motion.
Uh-huh.
It's real.
Oh,
I'm
super
telling
real.
you. There'll be times when we're writing a song and we're driving and we're in the middle of nowhere and it just
and you just hear it. You hear
this
the
guy's
hook,
a
you
melody
hear
man
the
too.
beat, yeah,
Nice.
There's so many songs.
yeah.
You don't even
Yeah,
understand.
it's almost like I have to remind myself of what's there, just to keep it in, the arsenal.
Right,
Because
right.
it's like,
I bet.
sometimes I'll like forget about a song and then I'll write a new one, and I'll write a line and be like, I did this the other day. I was like, can't use that. That's somebody else's song.
Oh my
was
It's
god.
just like, you mean
That was
that
just
song that you wrote like 6 months ago?
Yeah. That's funny.
Oh my god, that is
You're
my
like,
song.
I'm not trying to plagiarize. I just need
You're
to.
not. He's not kidding.
I don't listen. Like, it's weird. I don't listen
doesn't listen to
music.
mainstream.
I do listen to music. Like, I listen to jazz and
Right.
and I like intellectual stuff.
Yeah,
I like but I don't really listen to a lot of stuff on the radio.
Right.
I mean, I hear it because I'm a human being, and
Right.
I go into public every now and then.
Right.
And
You may hear it in Publix.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally. And I'm like, yo, I like the way that snare sounds. And,
Yeah.
I'm always listening into the music.
Into it, yeah.
What I hear, you guys don't hear.
Right.
No.
Right.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Right.
It's just kind of a commitment that you give when you go into audio, engineering and producing. You start to see through,
That's what's
the sounds and see
Right.
what they mean and
It's
why
visual,
they're
not
working.
just sound,
It's,
yeah.
so it's very visual. It is.
Yeah.
Sounds good.